I'll show you guys. So I'm sitting on like a trailer right now, but this is all our property. I don't know if you can really see, but like the city, San Jose, is over here. And then I don't think I can flip the camera, but so over here is our new office area with all of our offices for like the people. And then over here, a lot in these containers up here is all the bedrooms. One of my bedrooms up there. And then I don't really have time to give you like a tour of like our entire base. But yeah, so I'm making this video to kind of update you guys about like what's been going on and like what us as like a school, what we're gonna do next, and like what we've been doing and everything like that. And so yeah, Costa Rica has been really good. The DTS is on week 8 of school, which means I've been here for 9 weeks now, pretty sure. So we're on week 8 right now. This week is about biblical worldview, and we have one of the staff members here. She's teaching it. Her name's Chelsea. I'm just gonna share a couple of the weeks that have been like pretty big. All of the weeks are really important, and they're very like all of them are very like fundamental. They're like the foundation of what my students need to know. Like, I'll just share. Last week we had Inner Healing Week. It was really good for my students. It was just nice to like know their stories a bit more, and it's really just a time for the students to really open up and get healing from God for all of these things that have happened. So that was last week, and then we also had a week on relationships the week before, which was also very good. Elena, the DTS leader, and her husband Johan, they actually taught on it. It was a very strong week. And then I think the week before that we had a week on spiritual warfare. So the classes have been super good. I think a lot of the students are learning things that they haven't really heard before, and they're just getting new revelations. It's all going really fast. One of the things that I've been learning about and that I've been trying to focus on and just make a truth in my life is that God is enough for me. That I don't need anything else, and I'm trying to learn to be happy and to be excited to live my life with just God. These past couple weeks have been very eye-opening. They've been very healing. They just have been really good. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on like in my heart and my mind. But Alyssa's over here walking Emma around. I'm gonna be at church on Sunday on June 6th is that Sunday. And so I'll be at church. If you guys have questions, if you like want to talk to me to hear how it's been going, like here, like I am totally happy to talk to you guys. And then we're gonna come back here, and then I have about 2 weeks once I come back, and then we leave. With COVID, it's been kind of hard. The numbers have gone up in Costa Rica, especially in San Jose. Like, we are in San Jose, so it's like the cases are just really high. And so hey, popping on real quick, I forgot to say this when I was filming earlier. Yeah, one of the things that's really hard about COVID and what's been super hard these past 8 weeks is that the students are not getting the practice of being able to go into San Jose, into the parks, and talking to people, and doing Bible distribution, and having that practice of praying for people, and like praying in front of people, and just like having that interaction with like random people. So it's just been super hard, because I know that going into outreach, this is going to be a whole new world for them. So there's this thing called Nico, and it's in Costa Rica. And so our plan is to do Nico. I'm very nervous for Nico because I know it's going to be very good. It's going to be very exciting. But it's kind of like, when I think of Nico, I think of like a survival camp thing, a survival TV show. It's a team building place. You go to do team building exercises to like strengthen your team before you go on outreach. They don't let you bring shampoo and conditioner and soap and deodorant and toothpaste. They're not allowed to tell us anything more. So it's just kind of nerve-wracking. Since Nico is like a survival camp type thing, there's a lot of things that we need to buy. I mean, there's not a ton of things, but like rubber boots, and there's just a couple other things that I need to get, like I need to get some hiking pants, and you also need like fast drying things, and I don't have anything like that. And Nico is a week long. We could be crossing rivers and stuff like that, and I don't know also what our situation is when it comes to washing our clothes and drying our clothes. So so I need to buy like fast drying like hiking pants, or I guess if anybody has some fast drying hiking pants that preferably, or shorts, or pants that can preferably change into shorts, I would really appreciate it if you guys wanted to let me borrow them. If you do, you can always comment or message me if you want and just tell me that you have a pair. So for outreach, we're going to El Salvador. I'm super excited for this. They use US dollars, and so I won't have a currency conversion fee anymore when I take money out or when I use my credit card. And we have a bunch of different areas, like we have a couple different places, and then there's a base in El Salvador. There's just a couple different places that we're planning on going, and we're hopefully gonna do some like maybe some work in churches. I don't know if we'll be doing some youth groups or like doing some kids activities, or I think there's a possibility of us doing some construction. So I'm super excited. I'm so excited for El Salvador. I really, really am. This experience and this outreach is going to be very, very different from my outreach because, as you guys know, we spent a month in the Bahamas on a ship, and this one is going to be, we're in El Salvador. It's going to be very hot and everything, but we might be up in the mountains at some point. Like, it's just gonna be a very, very different like story than what my DTS was. So, and then so we do almost 2 months of outreach in El Salvador, and then we come back here and we do 2 weeks of local outreach, and that probably won't be here at this base. But I'm really hoping to go to the Liberia base in Costa Rica. I don't know if we'll spend all of our time, all of our 2 weeks in Liberia. We might go to a different base or another place for local outreach as well, but I'm not really sure. But so, with all of that being said, if you feel like God is telling you to give, you can totally give me money while I'm home if you want. You can always give my parents the money and they can put it into my account for me. But please do not feel bad if you don't feel like God is leading you to do this. If you just want to support us with prayers, I would love that. We might eventually end up making a GoFundMe that will be raising money for maybe some of the projects that we end up doing in El Salvador, or maybe for like local outreach, just maybe being able to bless a family with building them a house or just things like that. And so I'll definitely share the GoFundMe probably on my Facebook if we end up doing that. If you guys want to bless us in prayers, I have a couple like prayer requests if you want to call it that. That was a couple of my students. They're on work duties right now. If you guys just want to pray for the students and staff in general, that we can continue to walk with God, that we can continue to hear His voice, hear what He wants us to do, that He can lead like me and the other staff and the other students to know like what they're supposed to do after DTS, what's our next step, and that they can continue to learn with these next 3 or 4 weeks in lecture phase, and that their minds don't just shift to outreach mode, and that they can continue to actually like walk with God and be intentional in this time of like learning in these next couple of weeks. If you guys want to pray for healing and for unity in our group, healing is something that I think most of us came here for and that we're coming to God for, and He has blessed us so much in healing in a lot of our group members. Actually, 2 of my students came to DTS with a gluten allergy, and they both eat gluten now and they're perfectly fine. They have had no reactions, nothing. So I mean, we really have been blessed already with God's healing. But if you guys just want to keep praying for healing mentally, physically, that would be amazing. If you guys can just pray for us for outreach, for traveling, that the borders can just stay open, that we are still able to go on outreach, that we won't have to come back abruptly, that they don't shut down Costa Rica, that they don't shut down El Salvador, And just pray for health while we're gone, while we're traveling, that we don't get COVID, that none of the students get COVID, that none of the other bases get COVID. If you guys could please be praying for funds, for just for money to come in. If some of the students don't have the money, then they won't be able to go on outreach. Same with the staff. If some of the staff don't have the money, they won't be able to go. If you guys just could pray for funds for people to step into my students' lives, to provide for them, to be able to go on outreach with us. It would suck so much if any of the students or staff couldn't come with us on outreach. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thank you, bye.